Don't you just love sitting at the dinner table and seeing a fresh batch of dinner rolls at your side? Now imagine them stuffed with cheese. 3 types of cheese, because that is what we're making today. Now if you're on keto, I know the only way you inhale carbs is by watching videos like this. So if this is the video you break your diet on, please let me know. So let's get started. My stand mixer, I'm going to add my water, sugar, and yeast. Give that a little mix, and I'm just going to let that hang out for about 10 minutes until you start getting very bubbly and foamy water. Now that the yeast has activated, I'm going to add my oil. And I'm going to add about a cup of my flour. And then on top of that, I'm going to add my milk powder and the salt. Now, milk powder really makes your dough very fluffy. Now, the reason why I added flour first was because you don't really want to mix yeast and salt directly because they just don't mix. Salt can actually kill the effect of the yeast. And I'm going to put some yogurt. This is also a softening agent. A little bit more of my flour. And I'm gonna start kneading this until a very soft, supple dough forms, and I will get right back to you. All right, and then now I'm just gonna add the rest of my flour. Now, when you're making dough, you don't want to add all your flour in all at once. Having your dough too wet and then having to finishing it off with more flour is a lot better than having a really dry dough and having to add water. So just gradually add your flour until your dough comes together. That's a tip I have for you guys. Okay, so now I just dumped my dough onto my work surface and I am just going to knead it until it comes together for about 6 minutes, I would say. You can continue doing this in your stand mixer, but I'm just used to doing it by hand and I feel like I have more control. So this is my dough after it was done. As you can see, it's super soft. I just have a tray that's lined with olive oil. And how I'm gonna divide this is first I'm gonna divide it into 2, right? And then you just put it in between your 2 fingers and pinch, and there is your little ball. And you just keep going until you have all your dough done. Keep forming it back into a ball, pinch it between your fingers, and that's it. And you can make the balls as little or as small as you want. So I have all my little dough balls formed. I'm gonna cover them and let them rise for about an hour to an hour and a half, or until they have doubled in size. So for the cheese mixture, I have a mixture of queso fresco, mozzarella, and pepper jack. And now I'm just gonna put a bunch of dried mint in there. Just do it like that between your hands. And I'm gonna crack an egg. This just helps everything, you know, come together. And you just want to mix now. Now, if you have leftover of this mixture, do not throw it away, obviously. What you want to do the next morning is toast some bread, put this on top, and you have the world's best melted cheese. I forgot what those sandwiches are called.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese. You'll have the best grilled cheese. Okay. That is enough. Okay, so you want to line a round pan with some butter, and now we are just going to stuff our rolls. So you get one of these that we have shaped, and you just flatten it out like that. You can even flatten it out with your fingers. You take a good amount. You don't want to be cheap with it, but you also don't want them to explode, even though cheese exploding on bread might not sound like the worst thing in the world. So you just put a good amount on there, enough for you to be able to close it. And you kind of just close it like a dumpling. Just, you know, gather all the ends together like that. And now you can just shape it into a ball. can put it on the board, shape it with your palms. Tuck all the ends together, make sure no cheese is exposed. And that's really it. You want to put the seam side down, and I'm just going to continue doing the rest. Okay, so now that I've lined them all in my pan, I'm just going to cover them with some egg wash, which is just 1 egg with 1 tablespoon of milk. Get them coated very, very well, because this is going to be our glue for our topping. So I have some black and white sesame seeds. You just want to grab a bunch and just place it right in the middle, like that. Okay, you don't want to scatter it all over the place. You want it right in the middle, and that's going to create a very, very nice design, especially when it's all done.
And there you have your perfectly golden brown cheese stuffed dinner rolls. They were so soft, so cheesy, melt in your mouth. I can't. I have no words. If you're a carboholic, you know the passion that I'm talking about. You know that feeling, okay? So, if you like this recipe, let me know down in the comments, share with your friends, give this video a like. Do not forget to subscribe and follow me on my other socials. I will have them linked down below along with the recipe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.